I hit it.
Cool. All right, cool. Go.
Yeah.
You know this nigga not frozen because he know when the button was hit. He's in there acting right now. 5 minutes from now, he could be like,
Look at it. Earring's still dangling.
earring still swinging. And we just like, dog, we can see that.
Swinging in the wind.
Yeah,
Yo,
James, you were saying you watched Love?
Yo, I watched like the first like 30 minutes of Love. But I did not expect.
You did get a lot of that.
I did not expect the beginning. Yo, fam.
What happened?
The first 20 seconds of the movie, they should put a disclaimer. Like,
No, they should.
nah, because like
Everyone got to enter the room the same way.
Nah. Because if you with your kid or something, or
Yo,
and that
imagine
movie
Lou
starts.
sitting down with the baby like, yo, we just gonna watch this movie Love.
It's why event stuff first.
Lou, the movie starts with straight ball piece in the camera
Son,
and a hand
full
job.
frontal, meat
Full hand
all
jobs?
in the camera.
Meat all in the camera.
They in a
like
position
just-
I never even thought to try.
Just like door knocking the joint? Just like door knocking the lens? Like, why is
Just
it?
like,
Nah, not at the beginning.
Oh,
but
yo,
further in the movie, yes.
bruh, they started
that
off
After
the
my hand
movie.
is joint.
Is that where the Twitter that short Twitter gif came from? Where like they're in the shower and she walks away and he grabs her by the
That's
neck and
from
tries to kiss her?
365 days.
Yeah.
The reason why people are watching Love now is because of 365 days. They're just like, yo,
okay.
like this movie's basically porn. And then they're like, well, you think that's porn? Go watch Love. Well,
Yo,
you could
you
just
think-
watch homie catch a whole handy in the beginning of the movie.
Yo, and my man
You think-
finished too.
Yeah.
You think that
And they showed it.
I mean, Skeets pretty hard. He enjoyed that.
Pretty
Pretty
hard.
hard.
You cousin Skeeter.
He was just,
Yeah, they skiing on Netflix.
Yo, I was like, I didn't know they could do that.
you didn't finish that movie.
Nah,
But there's
I
just a
didn't.
lot of fucking throughout.
I didn't finish it.
Jay's finished all right.
James saw all he needed to see.
Hey man, y'all
All they
think
needed was
Love
5 minutes.
good. Wait till y'all find out about Spank Bang. Like,
Too late.
I got this thing called black.com. You gonna love it.
Hey, you know what I found out?
James said the bank spin spanked.
You know what I found out the other day? Remember, do y'all get like those weird spam DMs on Instagram?
On
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out it's because you watch too much porn.
Yeah.
All right, I guess.
Guilty, nigga.
I don't watch
Damn.
porn on my phone. No.
Were you watching it on the
Yeah, hold
TV
on.
like a psychopath? Like,
Nah, I got a laptop.
whoa,
On where?
No one
that's
should be full screen in the big screen for porn. That's wild. With the sound on.
I mean, once
with
in
the
a while.
sound on. coming
Sometimes
out
you gotta
the TV.
indulge.
Sometimes you gotta indulge. Yo,
Yes.
Lou's gonna have a
On
70-inch
Father's
screen
Day.
one day.
Son.
Lou's gonna have a 70-inch screen one day. and just-
Lou's double
Father's Day,
screen.
you got it.
Lou's got
like-
the TV, the phone, and the laptop. All
Wow.
three going.
all syncing.
3 different scenes.
Oh.
Three different. Oh,
Shit just echoing.
What?
Wow.
Who he?
What? Who? What? Is he giving CPR? What is that?
Yo, imagine having to turn all of that off because someone walked in the room.
I've been looking like I don't know what my phone is.
Doing a wild scramble, son.
Lou just sit on.
Oh, shit.
Lou just sit on all of his electronics to hide it.
Imagine he got that practice though, where he just does like one move and turns everything off real quick, like it's nothing.
You said Lou sitting on all the joint. Lou sitting on a 70-inch TV is just something I don't need to.
Lou just laying across it. Like,
But
going on.
Butt ass.
Lou trying to boost the video is wild.
Alexa, turn everything off.
Alexa, intro. Alexa.
Oh shit.
Lou would try to boof a video. Lou
Damn
looked
right.
like the type.
And some Janko jeans.
Some Janko G.
Yo, you boofing on TV through your pants.
You don't want
They
to
don't
see
fit
the
in some
sheep
Jankos.
Somebody get this nigga some Gerbeau jeans. He'll fit them joints right in.
Yo.
Oh, y'all's is funny, man.
Y'all's.
Truly.
Oh, he busted out the Truly.
What
flavor is that? Pina colada?
In the mason jar too.
Got coconut water today.
Okay.
I forgot to purchase things to mix.
I got a screwdriver.
I got water and beer.
I thought he meant the drink. He meant an actual screwdriver.
Nah, this nigga, he drinking the actual screwdriver. I can't even say it.
That explains a lot.
Hey, my diet.
My nigga sipping screw.
Hey, so I do.
Screwed up. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome.
Welcome
back, ladies and gentlemen.
Chaos. Episode
Rocks.
94.
94.
Pardon?
Oh, we made it this far.
Crack rocks.
94 was a beautiful year, man.
Was it?
Yeah.
My girlfriend was born in 94.
Oh, all right. So it was a
Beautiful
beautiful
year,
year.
son. Shout out to Marcy.
Shout out Marcy, man, for being born in 94.
And also being
Josh.
our only listener.
Shout out to her parents for fucking in 93.
Ooh.
Or early 94.
Hey.
Yeah, early 94. Because
Mr. and Mrs. Marcy, what's
When was her
up?
birthday?
the 29th of December.
Marcy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
early.
they was like, that's January? February.
I'm not doing that math.
How long it take
Yeah.
to cook a baby? That's 12 minus
Not-
9.
not
Sir,
long.
12 minus 10.
Crazy.
That's February.
How long does it take to cook a baby?
He said, I'll show you
Our-
Groundhog's Day.
Our algorithm's gonna be always.
Yeah, it's technically it's like 10 months. They say nah, but it's like a little,
A little more.
you gotta that extra month to be like, oh, oops. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just wait till Chris has kids and he has to explain how birth works. I want
What?
to be there. I want to be there for that.
My daughter
Hey.
literally just asked me what virginity is an hour before this.
What did you say? What did you say?
I literally ignored her and walked out the room and made dinner. It's the best I can do, guys. It's the best I can do.
Until she
That's
goes on
funny.
Google.
I just want to give a quick shout out to the Fresh Prince.
It's crazy. I was watching
Just
that
turn
episode
this TV
yesterday.
up and say you about.
That's where she got it from, asshole.
Oh, damn.
I thought you was just shouting them out.
No, they
Me and your
were discussing Carlton's virginity.
Ah.
I got
Oh,
Daddy,
oh, no.
what's a virgin?
I thought you was
Oh,
talking
no.
about the one with Ashley.
Yeah, that's the one I saw yesterday.
Nah, I fast forward through the episode. I knew what episode that was.
Y'all are way ahead of me. All right, so which episodes of Fresh Prince do you still can't watch? Because I still can't watch 3, and that's when Will's pops comes back, when Uncle Phil has a heart attack, and when Will gets shot. I can't watch those 3.
Damn, that's on my 3 also.
I haven't gotten to those.
Yeah, like
I could watch them all.
I could probably watch them.
all of those are like Mufasa dying to me. I just can't do it.
I was just watching Lion King the other day too.
Dad, let's go.
He gonna be.
Let's go home. Come on.
He gonna be all right, nigga. He died.
Yeah,
Doc-
he gonna be all right.
He gonna be all right. You're a cloud now, nigga. Be happy.
Yeah, what kind of king can dodge an antelope? Pussy.
Yo, there's a lot of antelope.
Yeah.
A lot of lope.
I mean, if you think about it,
I can't front.
If we think about it, what?
I might be able to dodge an antelope, bro.
I'm saying a lion could definitely dodge an antelope.
Like 300 in a low?
He could have just gone to the side. His Simba did it.
Yeah, you could have just like you got claws. You could have like jumped on a rock. Like, ugh.
He tried.
Yeah,
Brother.
Scar.
Help me.
Scar, real one. Scar was like, yo, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Scar said, "What are the 5 fingers
in.
instead of the face?"
Damn.
You know what that's one thing I never understood about like the whole antagonist stuff like that. They want to like take over the world or take over the kingdom and stuff like that, but they really don't invest in like upkeep. It always looks dark and dreary and like shitty. And I'm like, you want to rule this? Like,
Yo, my man turned Pride Rock into trash. Like,
turned Pride Rock into Baltimore. Like that shit was garbage. that shit looked bad.
Listen, I am not gonna co-sign because I don't need any Baltimore goons on my head top.
Yeah,
You
the
seen The
Baltimoreans
Wire?
can leave me alone, man.
So,
Baltimoreans. You've seen The Wire.
What do you call people from Baltimore?
Baltimore.
Exactly.
Baltimoreans sound-
All right, thank you.
he did good there because I couldn't think of nothing.
I had something to follow up, but I was like, I'm trying to grow as a person.
What do you call somebody from DC?
Wale?
Dickhead.
Mo.
You do call him Mo.
Yo, why is DC becoming a state? I don't get that. Can somebody explain it to me?
They're tired of being a district.
I think that was
Can somebody else explain it to me?
Marcell, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I mean, more or less.
Come on, son.
Wait, why y'all turning to me for the information?
You was like, you
the one with the glasses.
James answered like he's in the streets.
Yo,
James answered like he's in the streets with them.
I couldn't remember which amendment was which, and y'all would have asked me about who.
That's the downside. That's the downside when a nigga got glasses. Everybody always turns to
Listen to his fucking shit. Like why he go to Marcell because he got glasses. I'm still mad at James answered that shit like he's in the shoot with DC. Like, yeah, nigga, we tired of being a district, nigga. Like, what?
Like, huh?
Am I wrong though?
I don't know if you're wrong or not.
That makes sense.
All right, let me
But
do
nah.
my Googles.
Nah, DC can't become like a fully recognized state before like Puerto Rico or
Why not?
Hawaii.
They were there before them.
Yeah, I was gonna
So?
say. And they're also
They
like,
suck.
the capital.
But they suck.
They suck.
So?
Wow.
They
I mean,
suck.
sometimes that is reason enough.
Yeah, a district can't be like the capital. Also, you got too many things, right? That makes sense.
Now you just sound like you hating.
A
It's
little
like,
bit.
nah, he got enough already. He can't get no more. Like, fuck that nigga. Scar ass nigga.
For that, they might as well make New York City a state. Separate
Fuck
us from New
all
York
of
State.
Pennsylvania
that.
Avenue.
With
Like,
that?
fuck all of Pennsylvania Avenue can hold my balls. I don't care. Like, it's where the
Alright.
president lives.
Okay, no,
Like-
no,
like, I don't-
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
I
like
don't
they're gonna come for us.
Which is like, why? Why'd they think
Well,
like?
Let me ask you, since we're
Pennsylvania
talking about
I'm
geography,
sure there's like actually a
What?
reason.
as to why it's called Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, I don't expect y'all to know.
Something with the colonies and stuff like that. One of the original colonies, and I don't know.
Maybe it was like the first one or some shit.
Yeah, not even the first one. It's just something.
See, it's
He
like
just
if
yelled it
it's-
out from the back.
If it's like the third one, it's like, why is this the one where you're like, yo, this one's significant? Like,
Yeah.
America has a lot of shit like that where it's just like, oh, so it must be like the first or something. Like, nah, it was just like another one. Like,
It was one of the first.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, we was there.
But speaking of geography and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And like how America has, or like the United States has territories, like Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
Did y'all know that Guam was also like one of our territories?
Yeah. And the Philippines.
What
like
the
I
fuck
did,
do we
yeah.
get from Guam? Like why did we adopt Guam? What do we get from that? And that's like a legit question.
You just take whatever you can get. Like, if we could take it, we
But
take
what
it.
But what are we getting?
I don't know.
what
They
are we-
might get something in the future and we want it.
And what are we giving? I didn't even know when they became a territory.
Oh, you can stop me there, buddy.
See, like it's just like unexplainable things there. And it's like, oh, anytime there's like famine, well, I'm sure there's like famine, or like I don't know what their government system is like in Guam and like things like that. And I'm like, if they're a territory of us, shouldn't we be helping them? Like
What do you-
I don't know.
What do you call people?
Quote,
It was like the whole
Guam?
controversy.
Guamish?
Guam,
I think they
Guam-
they're called Guamanian.
Guamanian,
Guamanian.
Guamans,
Guaminian?
guava,
Could be wrong.
Guava juice?
guava juice.
Oh yeah, Guamanian. Guamanian. But there's another name I can't
man.
remember what it is.
Guamanian.
Is Guam actually like guac?
There's a joke I can't make.
Yeah,
Guaman.
don't do it. Like I know where you're going with that one.
Guaman noodles.
Let's take it easy, Chris.
See, like
my
now I
bad.
feel like I need to tell my joke to balance out the quality.
No, don't tell it.
No.
Don't tell it.
You can just leave it where it is. We had enough people this week of old jokes coming up in fucked up contexts. Contexts? Yeah,
Context is good. I accept it.
Contexts makes sense.
Thank you, grammar police.
There's a letter we don't need, but like, yeah.
The last thing to be grammar police.
Yeah.
Instead, I'll accept it.
Of all the
Like, thanks,
people to
Lou.
co-sign, I feel shaky about it.
The nigga that misspells every episode.
Yeah.
Singing misspelled his name on his daughter's slip. So
But we gotta revisit the past though.
Hey, listen.
Yo, imagine pulling up to the parent-teacher meeting
Why you
and
bringing
they're
up
just
Boofed?
like, how'd you spell
I
your
don't
name
have to
wrong, sir?
imagine. I don't have to imagine it happened.
His daughter looking at the
Teacher
paper like,
looking at you like, you explained so much.
I gave her it out though. I gave her it out.
Like, well, sir, your daughter's excelling despite the circumstances.
Damn, I'm the despite. You don't ever want to be the despite.
What are the circumstances like your genes?
oh,
Nah, you gotta hit it.
Be like, man, you got a
call your
32,
wife.
all right? You're talking about my G's, all right? These are Jenkos.
you got
So you have a
Paco
TV
jeans,
in your
bitch.
pants.
Are you happy to see me?
Mind your business, Miss Applebaum.
Just walking around with the Vizio in his back pocket just in case.
Boof Master Flex over there.
Boof Master Flex Show. Go Boof! Go Boof!
That's a
Boof
hey,
Master
by
Flex. Bodied by Boof. Beats by Boof.
Peace by Boof.
that's an episode title contender right now. That's early. It's early in the game. That's
we got
a
that early.
contender. How's y'all week, man? What y'all
Busy as fuck. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
pretty much busy as
James.
fuck.
James
James
out here
struggling.
busy. James. Nah, but phase 3 apparently just happened somewhere in the world.
Here or
The
Probably
elsewhere?
Florida.
I don't know
I
what
don't
we're
know.
up to.
Long
Bro,
Island.
I don't know anymore.
So Long Island, I believe Long Island.
Long Island?
Yeah. Phase 2 for Yeah, so phase 2 for
New
us.
York was it last week or week
Yeah.
before last?
I think it was last week. Phase
Barbershops
3,
opened up last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was phase 2.
Phase 3 for
Yeah.
us, the boroughs is gonna be July
July
5th
6th.
or something. Yeah, 6th.
I think it's 6.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
the 5 regions are, I think they're already in 4 because they haven't had
As of Friday.
because they haven't had they've been open for a long time because their numbers haven't been crazy at all.
I like how we're opening up, but like other places are shutting down again. And it's just like, bro, like
Because of the
if we
physical
did all of
volume.
this in unison, we might be like, yeah, I mean, okay.
I see.
It's just like, nah.
I seen Miami talking about closing their beaches because everybody's getting too crazy.
I'm gonna close a state. How about that?
Texas is out here making statements like, yo, maybe we opened up too quick. Like, nah, you think like 90% of your hospitals are full again. So like, what?
Like
Yo,
it's confusing, man.
I've
Like,
been seeing so much videos against wearing the masks, and
Bro.
I've seen like
Florida.
4 or 5 different ones.
Florida is just not where brains work. Like they just
Damn,
don't work.
that
out
video. You were the one that sent that Florida video to the group chat, right? Who sent the?
I
Florida?
may or may not have.
I think it was Marcell. I think
I think it was you.
Yeah.
Yo,
I
the
send all of the
stuff they were-
politics related shit.
for people who haven't seen that video, so they went before
Congress. Let's just say that.
it looked like they went before Congress to discuss
Congress didn't even know they were showing up. Like, who the fuck is y'all?
Congress in Florida. So they were discussing the whole mask situation. They had a bunch of different people speaking about why they shouldn't be wearing masks, and
A lot of concerned Karens.
one woman was
Oh.
like, this is the work of the devil, and the masks are killing people. And then another
all
lady,
of you are going to be judged in the court of God.
it's like
I was like,
for wearing
Huh?
a mask. One of the ladies
it's like jokes on you.
One of the ladies compared wearing a mask to. Yeah, what was the joke?
Oh, because
Oh, it was just jokes on you. Oh, okay.
I was like, jokes on you. I don't even go to church.
One of
all right. Yeah.
one of the ladies compared wearing a mask to her. Was it her grandparents that survived
her
Nazi
grandparents.
Germany?
She said my grandparents survived Germany. She didn't say Nazi Germany. They just went on vacation and
Yeah,
it was a
they
little
went on
rough, but they
weekend.
made it back.
Is that what it was?
She never
I don't know.
specified.
She didn't specify.
They flew Southwest.
Nah,
Like I
the
said,
best-
son, I'm just imagining they got like a real fucked up deal on a timeshare, but they're still doing okay. So
But they made it back, though.
they
They
survived.
made it back.
The best one though was the lady
Here we
that
go.
said, I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear panties.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
You gotta let it breathe.
nasty lady.
You gotta let it breathe.
What? Yo, when you throwing it at all the congressmen? Dude, like,
She know what she was
it's
doing.
nasty.
What made you think that was the best platform to say that on, though? Like,
So she gotta
said
be
that
60.
like it was a mic drop too. Like she turned around like, yeah, I did that, nigga. Ooh. And I was just like, what?
Although the camera's in the back, like, yes.
somebody was like, I knew I smelled fish.
Said
yeah,
better
I
results
sent-
than her Christian mingle.
I sent y'all the short version of that. I ended up watching like a longer
Oh, no, I
version
did, yeah.
where I saw
went down
more
that rabbit hole.
explanations.
Oh no, I
Son.
gotta watch the longer version.
Yeah, watch them. They're
like-
incredible. Just incredible.
It's like
Ice-T said it best. Like at this point, wearing a mask is an IQ test.
yeah, basically.
Just
I
like
mean,
it's not a
thing is-
political statement. It's do you want to live?
Yeah, and
It's
and
not
there
that
was,
fucking hard.
and they took a poll. There was a poll that somebody took, and they said like, "Oh, people find wearing the mask to be a sign of weakness."
Yes,
How?
I am weak against diseases that can kill me.
Yeah,
The way my body is designed.
My fault, God.
my fault, B.
bro. I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I never will. And
But like my thing is like, yo, Florida, y'all broke the record for more COVID cases now. Like, fam, we're like 6 months in the game. Y'all breaking records still.
because everybody went hard body to the beaches and all that, like.
Yeah.
Like,
Just to be
yo, you seen a picture
COVID
when it
can't
looked
kill me? Like, yeah, nigga. Yeah.
I got one friend that just came back from over there, and while she was over there, everything was open, and she was just mixy as hell, like rooftop bars.
Oh, she's wild.
Beach bar, like, and she posted up all these stories. Not a mask in sight.
She didn't bring one with her.
Came back here, right? And I think she came back like right before they instituted the 2-week hold, the 2-week quarantine hold in New York. And now she's still going out. Now she's around all her New York like friends and stuff like that. And it just goes back, like for me, like the way I see it, I'm like, yo, you just don't know how to sit down somewhere and just be by yourself.
Yeah,
It's
basically.
people that
because
just
other people
don't know that, like, feel like, oh, I have to live my best life and this, that, and the third. I'm like, you're not going to have a life, you dickhead, if you keep going out during a global pandemic. Like, it's not you. It's not just like people trying to hold you back, keep you inside. It's everyone. Like, learn to be by yourself. And like their excuses is always like, oh, I was in the house for the last 3 months. Me too, stupid. Like, it's no longer just a youth. Like, this thing just doesn't apply to you. It's all of us.
Yeah,
like you, like
Like,
I don't understand.
You can basically
She's talking about
say
going
that
back.
to anyone on the planet, and they'll be like, yeah,
rich, poor,
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Famous,
it
regular,
doesn't matter
except for
who
like a
you
lot
are.
of African countries, and niggas just didn't get any of that
That's
because
true.
they're
too.
like, yo, y'all don't fuck with us anyway. The benefits of being
No,
black, I guess.
Nah, they did.
Oh,
Nah, they did, because Bill Gates is over there right now with a bunch of syringes, just injecting them with whatever the he says it is. So they got it.
Bill.
It's
There was a
That's-
lot
that's
of
a
that
whole
from
other-
Florida people too. Just like, yo, Bill Gates is doing it. Like, why is that always like
Bill Gates
the
hasn't been
crazy
in Florida
Republican
in, like, 10
people's
years.
thing? It's like Bill Gates and Hillary Clinton do everything. Like, nah.
yeah. So that means we should be able to do it. Nah, I don't know.
Now it
I
makes
had
sense.
gone.
What?
Damn, my shit is really shitty this week.
Nah, you fine.
You're good now.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
all right. Well,
Okay, cool.
Okay. I don't know.
No, I was saying today, me and Marcy had gone to the outlet because we were like, because she wanted to get like a bag, whatever. So I was like, all right, let's go to the outlet because at least it's like wide open spaces where you can social distance between people. So, and we went super early because it was like gonna rain. And it's like, all right, you go earlier, the less people there, whatever. We go there. It was basically empty. The whole outlet place, they only let a certain amount of people inside the stores at a time.
Mhm.
Like, basically, it looks like a ghost town. Like when you go inside the stores. The only two stores that were like OD was Adidas and Nike. Nike looked like Six Flags. Like you were on a line for that. Nobody social distances. They were all on top of each other. I was like, nah, I'm good on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we went to the line for Adidas, and we were like more spaced out. Everyone had their masks, stuff like that. Line was a quarter of the size of the, like Nike was like wrapping like a zigzag around. So we did that, waited on the line, got in there. There was only one white dude that just didn't have a mask at all, and nobody said anything to him. And he was going around. He was friendly. He was having conversations with everyone. And I'm like, why are you, like, I had my mask on, and I had picked up like a pair of sneakers, was looking at it, blah, blah, blah. And he came up to me. He was like, oh, I wouldn't do that. You know, I had a pair of these, and they attract dirt, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why are you speaking to me right now? Like, eye level.
Nobody
no
cares.
mask on. Get the
You're
out
too
of
close,
my
man.
face.
Like,
Dog, like, I am different. Like, no one is gonna stop me out here. Like, I will lay you out. Move. But yeah, that was like that shit was wild. It really comes down to just like entitlement, I think. Like, there was like a video of in California of the Trader Joe's just opening up, and this lady going like ballistic because all the workers and like customers in there were telling her that she needed to wear a mask, and she just refused. And she ended up throwing her little like basket and was like, I have something from my doctor, and it could literally kill me if I wear a mask. And I'm like, that's not how that works, you dickhead.
Fuck it can, bro.
And it's like, also, if you know you can't wear a mask because you have underlying conditions, you shouldn't be outside in the first place.
Yeah, stay your ass home.
It's 2020.
What kind of mask is she?
Uber Eats. There's all these things.
She wearing a mask
Yeah,
made
I don't
from
know.
a cactus? That she can't,
Yeah.
like, how is it gonna kill you?
That's
Like,
Like, I hope
they
it's
swear
one.
they can't breathe.
I
Like,
just
fam,
hope it's like one of those masks.
Fam,
I hope it's one of those masks with the zipper in the mouth.
if I can work in mine, swinging a sledgehammer underground in like fucking 90-degree heat, and I can breathe, you gonna be all right for the 45 minutes it takes for you to get whatever trash food you about to cook. You're not even stopping to pick up seasoning, so it's taking you
Fucking
that
zucchini
much
ass.
less time.
Yeah, you skipping like
Gonna
3
be
whole
okay.
aisles, miss. Like you going to the frozen meats and the produce. That's it.
Like,
That's all you're going.
Pick up a little bit of quinoa in between, and that's
you didn't
it.
even glance at the seasoning aisle.
You're gonna get
Yeah,
kale. You
word.
don't even care if it's fresh.
You're gonna get kale. You don't even care if it's fresh. That's gross.
Yeah, you got spoiled kale.
That kale's mad bitter.
Yeah, but
I love me some
another-
kale though.
that's gross.
Put it when it's not like super bitter.
Yo,
That's the only
in a
thing.
smoothie, kale is fire.
Yeah.
Kale is disgusting.
Nah, kale's
Nah,
alright,
kale's
man.
Salt, you
Kale-
saute it up with some salt.
You're disgusting.
Why are you putting salt on the
disgusting.
healthy thing?
Because he's
a little
Lewis.
bit, son. The number one, I'm Lewis. Number two is a little bit. Just a
Number
little bit.
one, I'm Lewis.
Just a little salt-based sprinkle. Just a little salt-based sprinkle.
Oh, I thought you said sauce. I thought you was putting sauce on your kale.
Barbecue sauce on his kale.
Yo, Lou's
next
eating chicken with rice and puts the chicken gravy on the kale. That's wild. Lou.
Fuck
That's what you doing, Lou?
Hey, you know what? You gotta spice it up.
It's
sometimes.
no longer healthy, Lou.
You gotta spice it up a little bit.
So phase 2 for New York is outdoor dining.
Yeah.
Phase 3 is indoor dining. Okay. So now I got
I'm good on that. Still,
I got 2 stories, right? The other day, me and Marcy go to Avataco, and it's in Long Island. And like phase 3 is obviously like commenced. So we're like, yo, we're just gonna get our food to go, and we're gonna eat it in her backyard, right? So we go there. You get to go inside now. So we went to the little kiosk. It's empty-ish. There's like 3-4 people sitting down, table far away. So who cares? Everybody's masked up. There's like hand sanitizer at like all over the place. So we go to a little kiosk, order our food and drinks for takeout, and then it says pick a number. So we're like, that's odd. Like, why do we have to like put in like a little number if we're getting the food to go? Did it anyway. So it's like you take the little number shit and you go outside and wait, and they bring you your food. So now we're like questioning. It was like, yo, did I accidentally hit dine in when I meant takeout? Because I didn't want to eat there. Like I'm paranoid. I just do. So then the lady brings out our drinks in like little mason jars, right? And we're like, oh shit, I think I hit dine in by mistake. But it's like whatever. So like right now we're outside. Like we're at a little table outside. So I was like, all right, at least this is better than like being in an enclosed space where it's just like circulating air and germs and shit like that. Like we're outside. Not to say germs can't like just blow in your face from like
yeah, but like there's all that other space that it could go. So like, yeah, exactly, I get it.
Right? Like my chances are better outside than inside.
For sure.
Yeah. So we're sitting there like just drinking, waiting on our food, and it's taking a while. And then she finally comes with a brown paper bag. So I was like, oh, I did hit to go. So she brings up our food and she's like, oh, have a nice day. So I was like, oh, cool, thanks. So I get my drink and I get the bag and we start walking towards the car. And she's like, oh, guys, excuse me. She was like, you guys can't leave with the mason jars. So I was like,
so why the fuck?
Why the fuck did you bring me my food? Why would you bring me my food in a brown?
Damn, just when it was getting good.
Like, why? I was so mad. She's like, she's like, oh, do you want me to put like your drinks into go cups? And I'm like, no, because I already started drinking it and I don't want you touching my glass again and bringing it inside. And like, it just didn't make sense. So we had to sit down outside and take all of our food outside of the paper bag and just eat it there. It was just dumb.
Stupid.
It's like
maybe you should put my whole to go order to go.
Bro.
Because that's how I ordered it.
All I'm saying is you should have gave her a gill.
Imagine
people deserve gills, bro. Like
right on the back of the neck,
right on the with the glove, so it hurts more.
Y'all remember when dudes would like give someone a gill and you just be like, "Yo, you just slapped the shit out of him." That's not how that works. I just wanted to do that. Like, you just stomping the man out now. Like that's not a gill. What's going on?
You just pent up aggression over there.
That's assault.
That's assault and battery.
Yeah, but yesterday. So now, Valley Stream, I would just go get like these gyros because like everybody's been talking about the gyro
Papa Cristo gyro.
Yeah. Gyro.
Papa Cristo.
And I was like, I hated when he sent it over to Papa Cristo's and Papa Cristo said, Papa Cristo's the best and all that, the DJ shit. I was like, oh God. Somebody get Papa Cristo out of here.
That's Ja Rule. Son, Ja Rule.
Trying, man.
So I'm like, all right, bet. Let me go get some gyros. So there's some joint on Rockaway Ave at Valley Stream. Let me head over there. Go over there. But there was like a blockade, like a police blockade. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. So I was like, I guess I'm not getting gyros. I'm thinking like a transformer fell, some bullshit. Later on, come to find out,
falling down and shit.
Yeah, like one of my friends put up like a Snapchat. And because they live in that town, and they were like, oh, every day after a certain time for a couple hours, the police block off that street so they can put the tables, outdoor tables, in the middle of the street for people to dine outside. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing ever. Because they don't tell anybody. Like, I don't live in that town, so I don't know that's what they're doing. I just see a blockade and a cop telling me that I can't go down this particular street. So I'm like, yo. And
so the cops don't got nothing else better to do?
No. Besides beat black people and block streets and prevent me from getting gyros? No, that's it. That's all they do. That's all they've been known to do.
The whole
man, what a docket.
Yeah, that's what they swear in.
Billions, though. They get billions.
Hey.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. They put their hand in the book and it was like, yo, I swear to disenfranchise and abuse minorities and prevent Chris from getting gyros.
Oh, that's number one on my list.
Yeah, word for word. Yeah, like they don't walk around with batons. It's just a stick of lamb.
They'll show you tzatziki sauce.
No, they won't. So now, like they're blocking off the street, and I'm like, yo, now you're preventing business, like potential. Yeah, now you're preventing like potential business from coming in and like getting food and giving you money and shit like that. Plus, yesterday it was raining. Who the fuck wants to sit down in the middle of the street anyway? It was.
Do they not have like the little umbrella shits? I forgot what they're called.
It doesn't matter. You saw how hard it was raining yesterday? That shit's not gonna
that shit was sideways, son.
I mean, you stupid enough to be around a million people doing whatever the fuck.
True.
Separate. So you
they do
stupid
that shit
enough to sit in the rain and eat.
They did that shit in Queens, Bell Boulevard, right there in Bayside. They like set up tables. Like I saw pictures. They set up tables along like the bus lane, and I was like, I bet when that Q31 come through and just knock your ass down. Yeah, and the back door opens up and just smacks you in the face. I'm gonna laugh. It was dumb. Like
how look eating at a bus stop at a table.
You look wild. That's how you look.
Yeah.
Imagine me at the Q77 bus stop having dinner.
Yeah,
Is that James?
I hope I see that. I'm gonna give every single person a gill at all those tables. I'm gonna just like
running down the street.
Get everybody.
Like, fam, you for real eating a ribeye at the bus stop?
Yeah, word.
So you for real eating a ribeye at the bus stop?
Yes.
Come on, son.
It doesn't make sense. Like
You eating a
I was
whole
so
steak sitting in the gutter.
when I saw it. Yeah,
That's crazy.
And like, and it said like my girl was like, oh, you're a hater, blah blah blah. That like they have to make money. I was like, yo, I don't care. I don't care. It's dumb. Your tables are in the street, the edge of the sidewalk. It's just dumb. I'm not so mad at like restaurants and stuff like that being desperate enough, unfortunately, to have to resort to that. I'm more so mad at the people willing to sit on the curb.
Exactly.
On the
Restaurants
side of the
are just
street,
selling
like,
their
literally
food.
the street.
Yeah, like if those stupid people were just like, nah, I'm gonna just order it to go and I'll eat it in my backyard
Or my
car. Or in front of my crib or like on my, you know what I mean? Like anywhere else.
A certain desperation that is coming along with like these new phases where it's just like, yo, son, y'all are really the weak links out
People
here.
are really afraid to be bored.
It's crazy. It is insane to me how bored these people are. How like just like desperate to go out somewhere and just like fret and not. Invite the people to your house. Go for a walk. You want to hang out with your friends? Go. You can physically go. The weather's nice now. You can physically go see them outside, away from like, without having to do any of this dumb nonsense. It's just dumb to me. Like I see people going to rooftops and stuff like that. Like, especially here, I'm like, y'all didn't learn from the 29 other states that opened up and that are now shutting down again because like things are spiking and whatnot. Like, why?
Like,
just tell me why.
I saw
For
some
$8 drink.
I saw some shit. I think it was Michigan. There was people that went to a bar. It was either a bar or a lounge. I forgot which one. I think it was a bar, and they said like every single person that went to that bar caught the coronavirus. It was like 80. It was like 85 people or something like that.
Yes, and they said that they were. They said they were following all the precautions, all the rules and stuff like that. It didn't matter.
I forgot who was telling me. This might have happened like maybe a month or two ago. They said a family had a gathering. It was like 15 people, something like that.
No, this was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, and the whole family died, right? Was that the one? Yeah.
No. The whole family died was in the beginning of the shit.
Yeah,
that was in Jersey. This was the more recent one where another family had a gathering and everybody got it. Like they're not dead yet, or not. You know, it's all the fucked up. I'm sorry.
Lou said they're on their way.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They're not dead yet. It's coming.
I'm not a doctor.
Hold on.
I just know they got it. I didn't mean to sound insensitive.
Dr. Lou's bedside manner is horrible. It's like, yo, you dying, fam.
Thank God Lou's not my doctor.
This is why I'm
you on your way out. Arrange some shit.
That nigga just got a cold.
nigga Lou signs away 20%.
I get 20% of the funeral. That's fucked up.
It's just dumb, man. Speaking of dumb.
There's a whole lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Y'all heard what y'all government is doing? Or what y'all government did?
What part?
What did Lewis's government do this time?
Yeah.
Why I gotta be the only? I was the only one not born here. This is fucked up.
Wait, you weren't born here, Lou?
Nah. Tell that to Trump. Tell him to come get me.
Right. Challenge accepted.
He's coming, son.
Yeah, he is.
Don't worry about me, Chris.
Nah, that's just me. Now, when you get snatched up, that means I'm gonna have to start editing. I'm like, damn, that's more work for me.
Yeah.
You think I'll be sad, nigga? They're gonna deport me to a fucking paradise.
I'll edit this shit. It's gonna be sounding like an episode of the Eric Andre show, but I'm gonna edit it. I got you.
All right.
Nigga, they got Zoom and DR.
What's it called, Lou?
El Zoom.
El Zoom.
It's just called Muévete.
When I come out, I only speak Spanish. There's no other way to translate me.
He got subtitles on the bottom.
Called Underlay.
On the
He just sounds like El Alpha every time he talks.
You said alfalfa?
fire.
Oh,
Hey, fam, we said how was your week? Fire.
Yeah, that reminds me. I dropped my girl off, and I was on my way home yesterday. It was like
It's gonna be
fucking
racist.
1 a.m. El Alpha's banging out of like some nigga's car, and there's mad niggas on the corner. I was like, I don't want to be nowhere where Dembo is just playing at 1 a.m. and it's
Watching
dark.
the
Like, I'm good.
That's
You
the
watching
best.
the
That
Heights?
sounds like a great time.
He was on Woodhaven Boulevard.
It's just terrible, son.
Yeah, he was. But nah, y'all's government and April 30th gave almost $1.4 billion in stimulus checks to dead people.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Idiots.
They also gave it to a whole bunch of people that are locked up, and they were like, "Hey, if y'all want to send those back, that'd be cool."
If
They
you
were
don't wanna
like-
send those back.
Yeah.
They were like,
Rikers
nah.
books was looking crazy.
Yeah, the commentaries
what?
are on point.
They also said that shit to the family members of the deceased. It was just like, yo, like you should return that back to us, but like because legally there's nothing we can do to you if you don't. But it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
would be
sending
nice.
it back.
Would
I
be,
got
yeah.
you.
Nah, you're not getting that back.
I'll send a
Whatever.
blank. I send a note that says psych, and then I'll send that in. I would do that.
Like the fact that an oversight that big or a hiccup that big happened without no repercussion, like it just tells you how far in the shitter we are
Yep.
as a country across like
We are
all
knee-deep in the
boards,
shitter,
because it's
bro.
like, all right, you could say whatever you want about like, all right, the presidency and like all his peoples and stuff like that, but now we're just talking about the treasury, and like we never really hear from the treasury, like,
Well, now we know why.
and now we
Treasury
do,
print paper.
and like,
Zach Galifianakis over there
son,
trying to
like
do
we were
math.
supposed to get a whole, second stimulus check. But now they sent it to the cast of Beetlejuice. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Cats were running around with bands.
yeah, fucking Michael Keaton buying new striped suits and shit. Like,
Yo,
it's,
this new season of Scooby Doo looking crazy.
it's fucking just a whole bunch of
Scooby
Scooby
Doo tax collectors.
Dividend, Shaggy.
Speaking of Michael Keaton, though, there's some nerd shit.
Look at the segue.
Hey, but listen, I'm
I like
going through
it.
these
I like
topics.
it.
I'm tired. I won't go to sleep.
No, you're not.
We're like 10 minutes in.
What? We've been speaking for like 30 minutes.
Ain't going to sleep tonight, nigga.
Pardon me. I will close this fucking laptop in a second. Marcell, you seen the fucking news of Michael Keaton in talks to come back?
Play
for the Flash
Batman in
movie?
the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I'm cool with it, but I just don't know. Like, they're not doing any sort of connected timeline anymore, right?
They weren't before, dog. Like it was
They were
just
trying
all-
to, but it was just janky.
It all went to shit. So now Michael Keaton, for those of you who don't know, played Batman in was it 1989 in Tim Burton's Batman, like
Yeah.
way back when. And now, like almost basically 30 years plus years after, they want to bring him back to play almost like a Nick Fury role, to my understanding, in the Flash movie. The movie was supposed to come out like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and it's just been lost more directors than like we've lost people during this pandemic. And
Are they hiring a new person to play Flash, or is it still Ezra Miller?
it's still Ezra Miller. Like after he like Stone Cold Stunnered that fan. He's just been
They
quiet.
were like, yo, he's all right. He's good.
yeah,
He can do all of the action
He
scenes.
what?
He can
Wait.
do his own stunts.
I missed that.
A couple months ago,
I
it
didn't see
came
that
out.
in Flash.
Ezra Miller like tackled or like assaulted a fan that said something, I don't know, to him, and like Ezra Miller's like
I think
LGBT.
He really just, like,
he's
shoved
pro, like yeah, like but like hey, assault's assault.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like, oh, he shoved her. Then it's like, all right, you lost. Like you're just fully in the wrong here, sir.
Yeah, basically.
And it was like
she only said he's not that
teenager.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was like, yo, Sonic will dust your ass. And he was like, what?
Give her the gill.
Yeah, word. But like, as far as like this Michael Keaton thing, like I'm cool with it. I'm halfway cool with it. I'm cool with it as far as the movie goes. I'm not cool with it as far as like the fans go, because like there's like this weird Venn diagram of just like out of shape nerds who like will call you like nigger on the internet and who are like send death threats to Mia Khalifa that are just obsessed with Michael Keaton's Batman. Like it's the weirdest thing, like their affinity for like this one dude. And to me, he's the weakest fucking Batman. Like
nah. He's not weaker than Val Kilmer. Get the fuck out of here.
I will body Val
Come on,
Kilmer
son.
will beat the dog
Let's not-
shit out of Michael Keaton's Batman.
We're not even.
I'm not talking
we're
about quality. I'm not talking about quality
where
of
this is
movie
going.
at all. I'm not talking
Okay.
about storyline. I'm not talking about plot. I'm not talking
You
about
just
I'm
specifically.
just talking physical. You look at
Well, you look at them
that's it.
now.
That's all I'm talking about.
Val Kilmer's
All I'm
losing that
saying.
fight.
No.
Val Kilmer loses the fight of getting out of bed in the
Wow.
morning. So like, I don't know, son.
Nah, Val Kilmer's like a good 220. He's not
Yeah, he around 220.
You know, he a bad 220, son.
a bad 220. That's
He's a
mad
bad
cushion.
220.
It's mad cushion, dog. Like that's like
Cushion for the pushing.
Cushion don't got power though.
Marcel, why'd you shake your head?
You're a different individual, James.
he
Thank you.
He doesn't have to have power. He just has to wait till like Michael Keaton's like geriatric ass just like tires himself out. That's it. Like
I mean, he might get a good roundhouse off and the fight's over.
Yeah.
Might be the only move he pulls. But
Oh,
like,
no.
he getting that one.
Val Kilmer's getting washed.
Thank you, James.
I
James
just had
was
Val
research
Kilmer in the
I just had to Google 2020. When you put 2020 Val Kilmer,
It's not a good look.
it ain't looking
It's not
good.
the year.
It's a
That's
bad
late.
220. 2020
It ain't
Val Kilmer's a bad 220.
Bro,
Wait.
that's like 20. It ain't-
damn, I put Val. Who the fuck is Val Kilmer?
that
Val.
boy looked like
Cousin.
if you go, he's falling over right now.
That's how he breathes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you take that back.
George Clooney will body Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah. That's no doubt.
Val Kilmer is at the bottom of the list. Okay.
All right.
Val
yeah.
Kilmer not even
That's all
fat
I was
no
saying, sir.
Yeah, all right. My bad. I was living in the past. That's
Yeah,
my bad. That's
You probably saw Chris. You probably saw the picture I saw.
that's him sitting in the chair.
Yeah,
He was going into the sunken place.
he looked like a twig had more meat on him.
Word.
Yeah, we talking like old man Batman. I think homie's gonna do a good job.
Yeah, it's a good
He's a good
setup.
actor.
If you do, because like the whole thing with that is, I don't know if you watched the last crossover, the CW
Nah, I
TV
didn't.
crossover, but you got it spoiled for you, right?
Nah, but you could do it. I don't care.
All right, there's a scene where Barry, like within like the multiverse, like collapsing within itself and all that stuff. Ezra Miller's Flash makes an appearance,
Oh, okay, yeah, that.
And they have-
Oh.
and they have a conversation.
yeah, I thought
so
that was
now-
pretty cool.
It connects movie and TV.
Oh, was that the one where they were like looking at each other's suits?
Yeah, and they was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And they was like,
Yeah,
"What the
yeah, okay,
fuck?" And they was
okay.
like, "You run fast?" And it was like, "I run fast." And he was like, "Yo, I heard what you did to that little
So
girl,
does
man."
everyone else on this fucking show.
Yeah, he was like, he's like, "I heard you body slam that little girl, man. That's not cool." He was like, "Well, gotta go."
I'm not pushing through that. My
Yeah.
son just gave the best review of the Flash show ever.
Yo, I'm not even on that show and I run fast. So that just goes to show you.
Every time I watch an episode of the show, so there's a new fast nigga. I was like, God damn.
That's really my only problem with the Flash. It's
He's
just
had like eight
he's a cool
Godspeeds.
character, and he's got some interesting villains. Sometimes, well, they're always interesting. They're not always good. But then, like a decent amount of those villains, they're like, "Yo, what do you do?" He's like, "This nigga, I ain't like these other niggas, man. I run fast." Like, what?
Fast.
Capital F.
There's only 2 speedster villains.
Like 8 other niggas that was running fast, bro.
Yeah, there's 2.
You got
3.
Godspeed. You got
The Godspeed is no.
what's the black one?
Kid Flash?
That's Death.
Death?
That's just a Grim Reaper.
Nah, wasn't there a dude with like a black suit that ran fast?
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Zoom.
Death.
All right, he a fast nigga.
No, Zoom.
what?
This nigga always freezes when we waiting on only him to speak.
You're talking about.
Wait, repeat that, Chris.
Wait, what?
Repeat it. And you
That was
froze.
just impeccable.
I was said no. He's just Death. Like
Okay.
the black suit of Flash.
nigga was still running fast.
He's
So,
he's the speedster Grim Reaper essentially for speedsters.
he still run fast.
That's it.
Yes,
But then you look at anything. Yo, dog. There's 72 interns.
yeah.
damn.
But that's the whole thing. The thing is like, look at the spectrum. I mean, it's different. They use their rings
No,
different.
it's not different.
They
don't.
They do the ring thing different.
They don't.
niggas-
Look.
Give
You
me
hear
a
the
flash-
bullshit. Look at
Give me a
James'
flash
face.
nigga
Look
that
at
runs
Marcell.
sideways, and I'll be like, at least he runs fast different.
What?
I said,
mean,
look
get
at
a nigga that does this shit with his feet, doing that shit. It's like,
crip walk
alright, he
fast?
run fast a little different. Nigga run
Nah.
fast backwards, and that's his whole thing. He run fast.
No,
different. He
man.
different. Last nigga,
Wait.
I ain't like these other niggas. I run backwards. I mean, like it's a whole different feeling. It's a different vibe.
Batman got 4 white orphans. They all do the same thing. Yeah, like right, like
Nah, they definitely do all do the same thing.
they all
It's
do
like,
the same shit.
I do angry emo karate. Like, yeah, all right, that's just this
Yeah.
family's bag, apparently.
Yo, I want to be Godspeed for Halloween. That's all I wanted to say.
You just want to wear white spandex.
His suit is fire.
His suit is
Godspeed
super
does look
fire.
cool. You know Godspeed cool because the same year he was created, he was on a TV show. Like, niggas fast tracked him.
I
No,
like
he's
that.
not. No, he wasn't. Godspeed was created.
in 2016.
Godspeed was created in 2016. He just popped up last season.
Did he?
We're in 2020. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
My joke still stands. It was funny. I laughed.
No.
I don't care if it was accurate.
I'll allow it. I'll allow
This is
it.
what happens when you don't watch the show. But yeah, I'm cool with this. Like, I'm cool with like Michael Keaton being like the old man Bruce and setting up. Just give me Batman.
I kind of
Beyond.
wish it was. Yep. Yeah, that's where I was going. I kind of wish it was just Batman
Just give me-
Beyond. Because imagine
give me-
them announcing that for Batman Beyond. You'd be
Cyberpunk
mad hype.
Batman. Cyberpunk Batman
Could be
2025. No.
Damn, 2025.
It could be.
Early.
Well, I mean, they're not going to do post credits, but it could be a thing where
It
like
could be.
it leads to it.
Easter egg, because like if he's
But then
playing,
they're doing the connected universe again. And
That's
they were
what I'm
saying they
saying.
weren't going to do that. And I feel like they shouldn't. I think they should have their own thing where like, look, all of our movies stand alone as their own franchises.
you could do both. You could do both.
I guess.
You can
and like
have
those two just happen to be connected, but you never like have a
You could have-
crossover.
like right now right now you have Wonder Woman 84. That's done. That's coming out, right?
Yo,
So there's-
it's crazy. This whole COVID shit made me forget all of the movies I was excited for this year,
Right.
which isn't a lot. It's
So
only
there's-
like 4.
There's no connectivity between that, right? Between The Flash and Wonder Woman 84, because that's done. That's coming out.
Yeah.
When
And
is
at
that?
least that's
when is
my
that
assumption.
slated? When is that slated to release?
We don't know.
I don't know if they have a release.
October. I think it's October.
Oh,
Like the
Or
movies
August.
that are supposed to be coming out soon just keep getting pushed back. Like I
Yeah.
have no idea when Tenet is coming out
August 7th, I think. 8th, whatever.
right now. And then
Right.
we get to
Yeah.
like end of
Yeah.
July
But-
and then just like, oh, September. It's like, dog,
So
just
there's no connectivity.
you got no connectivity.
I don't. My internet's trash this week.
shit happens.
Yeah, there's no connection between that shit. And then after that, you have Batman, Batman, Matt Reeves Batman, Robert Pattinson and shit like that. That's a whole different
That's gonna be
Earth.
cool.
Yeah. And then you'll have, I think, the Flash and all that stuff where you set it up. So everything after that, it's like you can set it up. But, or somewhere in between that, you have the HBO Max series. You could make a connection between that if you want to link all the universes and whatnot. Or you can do link your DC Universe shows to that as well. Because I've been watching Doom Patrol Season 2.
Right.
That's fucking fire. Titans Season 3 is about to drop soon. So that's that you could connect that somehow.
You got Stargirl coming. You know, niggas is loving that shit.
Stargirl's been here. It's on like episode 4.
But niggas is loving that shit.
Are they? You love it?
I don't know. I haven't watched a single episode of that shit. I do not care, dog.
I was like,
have you watched it?
I'm up to date with it. Is
it good?
It's not bad. I think it's just
That's
the wrong time.
Yeah.
No.
From the way you inhaled before you made your sentence, I know, Chris.
No,
I know you well enough to know what you really mean when you be saying shit. Like, you don't want to dog it yet, but it may be doggable.
No, you want to know why? It came at a point where I didn't need a show with a little white girl going like, yeah, I'm gonna save the world. It just came at a bad timing for me where my mind isn't there. So that's
just
why
like, what's the new season of Black Lightning?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Where it's just like, but that's just me. That's just me. The good things of this show is the fact that it's not a normal CW show because it was supposed to be originally on the DC universe, so it's a whole different production team and all that stuff. Okay. They make the Justice Society look dope. Wildcat looks dope. Solomon Grundy is completely CGI. He looks like Solomon Grundy, not that bullshit they did on Gotham. He looks dope as shit. By the way, yeah, he looks dope as shit. It's good, and they're in a small town. Like I said, it's not just had Sportsmaster. He beat the shit out of
It'd be so hard to defend your love for comics sometimes. You gotta like hear names like Sportsmaster.
Yeah, he beat.
You just be like, but I do love this shit though.
Yeah, they got
Sportsmaster and then Condiment King, and you just be like, yo, you just don't have to mention.
Is that really a
Condiment King, son?
Yeah, Condiment King, real dude.
Yeah,
that's one thing. The Harley, he just like sprays you with ketchup and mustard and shit like that.
Yeah, like
I was hoping there was something more profound to what he does.
I was hoping it wasn't that.
Who do you think is more of a threat, Condiment King or Kite Man?
Kite Man.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah,
because that's
more of a threat.
Yeah.
What am I wearing?
That shit could cut me. Yeah, if it's Condiment King and I'm going to like a Jamaican party and I'm wearing all white
denim, come on, son.
Yeah.
If it's Condiment King and I'm at a barbecue, that's perfect. Because
but if you
no, hold on, son, hold on.
Pull my burger around like this.
You just like, let's go.
You eating shit coming out the nigga head?
Huh?
You eating the ketchup coming out the nigga head?
Fuck it. Hey, I need that for the burger. Do your worst.
It's not coming from his body.
No. Nah, let him think that. Just keep going.
Right.
I don't want him to think there's a dude that's just shooting ketchup out his head.
But all right,
I'd roll the dice on that one.
Hey. Moving on from shows. Did you guys hear about like all these white actors stepping down from like voice acting these black roles?
I mean, they should have done that a long time ago. Like,
all right, so I'm gonna just name a few right now. Mike Henry.
You also have the names of the people that they play?
Yes.
Okay.
Mike Henry, who voiced Cleveland Brown for about like 20 years, he came out with a statement. He stepped down. Kristen Bell, who plays the chick from The Good Place.
Yeah.
You guys can't picture that. She says she will step down from voicing the character Molly on Central Park, which is like, I guess, Apple TV's Family Guy /
so nobody watching that.
Yeah.
At Apple TV, you knew what time it was.
Yep. Yeah. Jenny Slate said she's no longer going to voice Missy, who's the young black girl on Big Mouth.
Yeah.
And then back in January, after 30 years, Hank Azaria said he's going to no longer voice Apu on The Simpsons. But I do remember that backlash coming, like, for Apu specifically, like this conversation starting back in 2017 when that comedian, he put out the documentary, The Problems with Apu.
Yeah.
And that became like a whole big thing. So I thought he'd been out the paint, but I guess
It's
not.
because people were like, "Oh, it's a problem," and then they just like swept it under the rug.
And then they swept it under.
I mean, like
a lot of shit with the Simpsons. Like, look, the jokes are racist, and it's like, yeah, that's like a big thing on the Simpsons.
with all of these,
Everything's racist.
With all these people stepping down, like I don't really care for it because it's like they should have never been casted in the first place for black roles. Like it's a black cartoon character. Get a black person to play that person. Like it's literally that simple.
To play that role.
So now
Originally,
that they're doing that, it's
go ahead, finish.
No, I was saying like it's literally stupid. 20 years later, somebody's playing a black character 20 years later. Now all of a sudden, because everything's going on, they step down. It's like you might as well have just stayed there and just continued voicing the character. It's like it doesn't make sense.
It's kind of like I don't when you hear like the dude that was playing Cleveland, dude that was playing Apu, it's just like, yo, you've been doing that shit for so long. It's gonna be weird hearing anyone else do that.
Right.
So like going forward, you like have a show, have a black voice actor or like a person of that nationality voice them. But like homies had this gig forever, but them choosing to step down is like you can't stop that.
Yeah.
If they're like out of contract and stuff like that, then it's like,
I blame and I don't blame the actors. I blame the people responsible for the casting.
Yeah. Like the actors are just trying to get jobs.
Yeah. But I heard with the Simpsons, they're just taking Apu out completely, right? Like I heard they just
I don't know. I don't watch The Simpsons.
I heard they're gonna remove him
a long time ago.
Remove him from now on, like from any future shows. I mean, it's been like 30 years of.
I feel like that's Simpsons a trash way to handle certain things. It's like just running away from write them out, basically.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't really care for it. It's like basically like PR cleanup at this point. Like that's
and I don't think you really need that much PR cleanup. The jokes are offensive. It's my fault. Climate
it's so funny with like all of these things happening, and then like people will retweet them or repost them and be like, "Yo, all we literally wanted was something to be done about the justice system." That's literally it.
Like
that's
every day,
literally doing everything else but that. Like everything else.
Every day like, some bullshit. Like, look, we're writing Black Lives Matter on the street. It was like, or we could stop killing black people. That's the only thing that we really want. Y'all keep giving us all of this fake shit.
They're like, but we already bought the paint.
like, you can do that too if you want. Also, the thing we keep asking for.
Exactly. That's my thing. And I was like, okay, you did this, cool. Now let's get back to the thing we asked for. All right, you did this other thing, cool. But that thing we asked for, I still didn't forget about that.
I seen something about it said like real estate companies are gonna take out the term master out of master bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's like
cool.
I never I never thought of that.
I never thought about it like that either.
I just thought like master is a cool title for the biggest thing. Here. Like it was never that. And it still isn't.
Yeah, I didn't attach master to whoosh. Like
I mean, if it was massa bedroom, that's different. Like
that's
a
right?
whole different thing.
That's a whole different bedroom.
It made
that's a nasty room right there.
But like I just never associated the two until you said it. And even after you saying it, still doesn't bother me. But you know what does bother me? Cops killing black people. Yeah, so let's get back to that.
So it goes back to like accountability. It's like, these voice actors can step down and all that stuff. But no matter who you fill that position, that role with, like they can fill the voice of Cleveland with like Carlos Miller, and it's or like DC Young Fly or somebody, and it's hilarious. And
you play certain things in your head after it's said. It's just, man, that's nasty.
Yo, what about Cedric the Entertainer as Cleveland Brown?
You could do that too.
That would have been more than DC.
What if Cedric just had his own fucking show?
But at the same time, that show is run by Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
The writer's room, the head of the writer's room, Seth MacFarlane. So it's like, did you really fix the problem necessarily? Because all these offensive and, well, not offensive. I don't mean to put air quotes on it for people watching because they are offensive. They can be taken as offensive jokes.
Yeah.
But you're not really fixing the problem just by, not necessarily because like you are giving a black person the job, and there is this thing in Hollywood where it's like, hey, Black people have been like pushed aside, and it's like, why would you give the voice of this person who hasn't lived my experiences when I can literally add another element through just me applying my life experiences to this role. And they're like, I don't know, he answered the phone, I don't know, he was around, I don't know, he looks like my uncle, I don't know,
He looks like
we
my
play
uncle.
golf, I don't know, he's white.
A lot of that shit with the voice actors is just like them just coming together, and the voice actors just being like, yo, there's a lot of Black actors and voice actors that just aren't getting the work because they just give it to us first. And that's why they're stepping down. It's just like, yeah, this nigga's just as good as I am. Like, let him get the work.
Yeah,
exactly.
And now if you set the standard of like, we won't play characters of other nationalities, it's guaranteed to go to someone that wasn't going to get a role just because they're not white.
Dog,
that's really all it is.
We got Phil Lamar and Cree Summer did all the Black voices for about 2 decades now and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm not mad at them for getting more roles and stuff like that. They've already like solidified. But it's like, just because we have those 2 iconic voice actors, I feel like they're like, well, we can hire whoever we want because the Black actors that the community does have are so iconic and they're on the top of the throne and stuff like that. We can hire all these other white people to do everything else. I think that goes into like the conversations in like whatever secret rooms that I'm not invited to. Go on.
Yeah, you don't want to be in them rooms.
No, man. If I was in those rooms,
you don't want to be there.
Shit. DC Young Fly.
They try to take your booth
in every role, son.
DC Young Fly. Obama.
You don't even like DC Young Fly that much.
I love
just keep throwing him in shit.
Yo, what's funny? The funny thing is about DC Young Fly is that at first I did not find him funny.
Me either.
And as he like, I feel like as he became more,
as he grew in the game, I started to find him funny. Like after a while. Yeah.
But at first, I did not.
At first, when it was just the Instagram stuff, but like, that comes with experience.
Yeah.
Like now he's
polished now. I feel like in his own sense,
he's polished, and I'm starting to see he's in the midst of a lot of unlearning, which I respect.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone is right now.
Yeah, this.
A lot of people are. Not a lot of
people.
I happen to surround myself with a lot of people that are doing the right things, and I often forget that there's a whole world of idiots out there. A lot of them being in Florida.
I'm just
face mask really took them out, son.
We just need a saw and just
saw it out.
Fucking like
just
a Looney
saw
Tunes.
Florida.
But yeah, speaking of like unlearning and stuff like that, another clip or another instance had come up this past like last couple of days of B Simone of
she back?
She said nigga.
It's never what?
Pretty sure that wasn't the beef.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be mad at that.
All right. And Matt, if that was, I would be so tight. Like, cause I was like, I gotta be on her side because y'all are just wilding.
I'd be real surprised that she said something other than "baby boy."
She wrote a book, a whole book.
No, she didn't. That was the problem, Lewis.
He wasn't there for that episode.
She did not write the book.
But like a clip came out from an old episode of Horrible Decisions, the podcast. With Mandy and Weezy from 2000
about eating ass and they just disagreed.
No, from from 2017. It was a very early episode of them, and they were just throwing both of them, like I don't necessarily like know who initiated or started or whatever, initiated transphobic slurs and stuff like that, and like regular conversation, and then also making like LGBT like the butt of the joke, butt of a joke, which kind of came off as dismissive, followed by a transphobic slur. So she was like, oh, yeah, I love the LGBT lettuce, bacon, tomato community. Like something like along those lines. And then continued on by having a conversation about transgendered people, but using the slur term. And they were just throwing it around back and forth. So it's like people got on her for that. and then also got on the host for that. But I don't hold. Yes, it happened on the host platform and all that stuff. But like Mandy and Weezy, like
I'm not holding you responsible for someone else's statements.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, and they took part in the conversations, but like on their platform, like I said, that was episode 6. They're on like 200, and like you literally see the
very
people that
early on.
The people that they've brought on, like they haven't continued that behavior. They got their lashings, they learned, and they grew from it, and now they're bringing in the right people from different communities and different parts of like the sex world to come in and speak and not only have a conversation, but like teach them as well as everyone else. And isn't that what we want? More or less. So it's like, yeah, I'm not bashing them for it. And this one was tricky because this B. Simone stuff came at like the tail end of all the slew of other things that she's come across her table across like the last couple of weeks.
You said when did that happen?
2017.
That wasn't that long ago. Like,
no, I fully understand that. Like, yo, even at that point, you should know. Like, you should have been more aware what to say.
It just gets me mad because like it's not like she said it in 2001, and it's like that was a time where film was different, television was different. The stuff that you had in TV shows back then you couldn't have now. It's jokes that you're making back then. You can't make them now. You can if you don't give a fuck, but it's like it's 2017. That was 3 years ago, sis. Like,
not much has changed from then.
You should have known better. Like, is that wrong of me to say? Is Chris frozen, or is he just like profoundly?
Nah, I thought he was just listening to you.
Profound.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Chris?
What? Basically, it's like, yeah, I understand that, and I guess the conversation was, and this is not to like say, yo, she didn't know what she was doing, like shoot her any bail necessarily, where it's just like, yeah, you know, you're wrong for what you said, for using it and throwing it around like how you're throwing it around and stuff like that. But actually, you know what? I can't necessarily say that because I don't know this person. What I was gonna say was like she was throwing it around ignorantly, obviously, and it's like I wanted to say that like I don't think there was any hate in her heart towards that community about it, but she was just misusing like a very offensive term and stuff like that. But then like as I was saying it, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I really can't say that because it's like I don't have the information on
not in that community
to full and I'm not a part of that community, so I know like I just know the damaging effect it has. So like to me now it's just like a censored word where it's just like I'm not even gonna I'm just gonna make the extra effort to use the proper term, the extra two syllables, the extra syllable, one syllable in the correct term.
It's actually less syllables if you just like want to shorten it to trans.
Boom. Yeah. I got a little scared when he said shorten it, and I was like, oh God, no. Not it. I was like, Lewis, edit. Oh God, no, not you too.
A big edit point.
I just tell people leave people's religion alone and leave their sexual orientation alone.
Yeah.
Just leave people alone.
Just leave
unless they're complete fucking idiots. Then I mean, don't fuck with them.
That's the thing, because that'll save people from getting into a lot of trouble. That
1,000%. Like
that you didn't mean to get into either.
Yeah, you look at the timeline of things people said, and everything goes in context. Like, there was a time during the pandemic where people tried to like dig up Jesus and Miro's old tweets and stuff like that. And I'm like, dog, if you have to put these things into historical context,
you do.
I'm not saying you have to forgive them.
Or
agree with them. I'm saying that like you could look at someone's old tweets from something, and that could be triggering to you now because that's what you're going through now. And I'm not going to fault you for that. Excuse me. But what I'm saying is, and again, it may be hard for some people to separate the things, but it's just something to consider where it's just like, you want people to grow. right? You want people to recognize the error in their ways. And in order to do that, you have to look at the full scope of things, where it's just like, hey, this is where they were at this time. You have to recognize how things were going on at this time, where everyone was just being reckless and ignorant on social media without any accountability. They just let shit fly. That's just what happened. It doesn't make it right. It was wrong back then, but people were just openly this thing back then. And now you look at the transition to where they are now and the things they've done to help the community and recognize that and self-censor and all of these things. Is that not what we want? I'm not to say that Dear Samara don't say problematic things now, but again, it does fall under a certain like satire because they're comedians, more or less. Like they're hood comedians where it's just like they make fun of themselves, they make fun of their past selves, they point out certain things in like ignorant hood culture and stuff like that. Not to say that they practice it, they just point it out and poke fun at it, which it in turn is a learning tool for people to like understand like the mindset of certain people like still living that day-to-day thug life type shit, right? So it's like I hold them accountable for like the things that they said, but I'm not mad at them now. It's like, oh, you fucking bastard, I hope you burn in hell, you that fucking cancel, I hope you lose everything and da 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 da. Because now the good that they're doing, I guess you could say, outweighs the bad. But like I said, I can't speak for everyone. Whatever you're triggered by, and I just have to respect that as well.
So what about so there was another scenario where
fucking say it.
Something came back out.
Say it.
Where there was a YouTuber by the name of Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
Say it, you coward! Now stop! Beat the shit out of him.
Because I literally just learned that name this week, and this whole situation.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I literally learned his name this week, and this whole situation like kind of like bothered me as far as like the opposite of what the This Is America thing is. It was like from what I understand, he's a huge YouTuber, right? Like I've never heard of him before.
Yeah,
he's like a huge YouTuber. So it's like all the stuff.
He was one of the first.
Yeah, but like all the stuff that's coming out, it seems like they were all on huge public platforms, right?
Yeah, but it kind of seemed like it slipped under the.
But
a lot of it didn't, though.
No.
A lot of it is just like people brought it up, and they've just been like, "Yeah, he fucked up." For like a few years back, they were talking about him doing blackface, and then he's got like other YouTube videos where he was like doing racist Asian shit, Mexican shit. He's been saying like weird shit about kids, and then this week they pulled up that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 6-year-old, which was fucking disturbing.
Yeah, he called the fucking 6-year-old sexy like 11 times.
Gross, bro.
And there was
each time I was like, I cringed. There
was the one, and Jaden Smith and Jada Pinkett were coming at him because there was a clip.
He was like, it was fake. Yeah, to
11-year-old Willow's poster.
It's fucking nuts, bro. That's my thing. Like how like he was just on huge platforms. Like people saw him do this. Like how was he not quote unquote canceled? Because cancel culture was a thing. Like how were you not canceling him all the time?
Like because he should have been canceled like a long time ago.
His wife.
Because the people that rock with him just rock with that type of nasty shit. That's really all it boils down to.
He brought in big dollars, because I'll tell you one thing, like a lot of the clips he was talking about with the 6-year-old and stuff like that, it's old. It's older, I think from like 2018. That clip came from a visual podcast that he was doing on this app called Full Screen. Full Screen was like just like a platform that was giving like quote unquote shows and stuff like that to a lot of YouTube and like Instagram influencers and like people that already had podcasts. Like Timothy Delgado got a show. Joe Santagato got a film crew to like video his podcast and stuff like that. Right. And that was the first visuals for his show. Shane Dawson and Friends was one on Full Screen. So it's like you have a board of people, you have a board of things that like that okay these things, that it runs to a certain amount of people. And even for you to be considered to have a show, like you're looking at the people's numbers. You have to have some type of idea of like these people content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I have to assume that these higher ups and stuff like that just swept that under the rug. It went in one
just
air
completely
and out the
ignored
other.
it because he's bringing in dollars. Fuck it.
Because it's bringing in dollars, right? So now my thing is the only way like that you can rectify this is to beat the dog living shit out of this person. Like that's
No, I agree.
That's just
Let Jaden find him.
Because it's like you giving an apology now. What does that do?
Jaden's gonna hit him with that Karate Kid shit. Remember that when Jackie Chan was Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah, nigga, wax on, wax off, nigga.
This is your second apology video in how many years? Like, yo, you have a history of being a sus nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
There's no apology. And the thing
and your
is,
face bothers me.
I was talking
that's
to,
definitely
like without you even doing anything wrong. You look weird. I don't like it.
He looks like a sunburned seal.
Yeah.
The thing that
Whatever
I was
that looks
talking
like.
to
Let us sink in, Marcell.
the thing that I was talking
Let us sink in.
to
Thing to say.
I was talking to my girl today and like about this, and we were saying like the thing about these apology videos, who exactly are you apologizing to? You're apologizing to your platform. Your platform that the comments that you made and all this stuff doesn't affect because they didn't leave you when you first said these things. Yeah. They're not of that community.
At this point, you just make the apology video. So it's like, look, I apologize. All right, now I'm clear and I did the thing I was supposed to do. Let me keep moving. It's just like the apology is just for you. You don't actually care about how you affected anyone else.
Exactly. But even when he said it, he was like, I apologize. He said some tweets yesterday that I saw people were retweeting. He was like, yeah, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. Now can you guys just leave me alone? That doesn't sound like sorry to me.
Nah, definitely doesn't sound
like, we can't. Like Jenna Marbles, like the same thing. They
same shit happened to Jenna Marbles?
Way started to come for her, and she just preemptively was like, my bad, delete everything. And
which kind of like bothering me too, because it's like you just gonna up and leave. Like that's like there's no solution.
Like just running away from the shit, not cool. But I will say in the case of Jenna Marbles, because I used to watch her shit when I like was new on YouTube. I came across her shit and like she was funny.
Yeah, her
until, like my humor changed, but like she never really came across as like a wild racist. She just made racial jokes, and like at that time, I just laughed and I moved on. I never saw the blackface shit. Like I don't know. I guess I just wasn't there that week and didn't go back to look for it. But other than that, everything was just funny. But you know, looking back on it, it's just like, yeah, it's not cool. And you can say like, yo, I fucked up, my bad. You can move forward from what you did because you acknowledged your fuck up, and it wasn't something like so egregious where it's just like, yo, we can never fuck with you again. This nigga's out here sexualizing children, and like, there's not really like you don't have any leeway when it comes to that.
Like from that moment, when that podcast came out, from that moment, his audience should have canceled him there. But that's really telling about his audience. Like,
when was that? When did that happen?
Oh, we lost Chris.
and then there were three. Matter when it happened? Wait, it depends on what you're talking about. You're talking about when did the Jenna Marbles shit happen?
No, when did
the Shane Dawson thing?
The podcast.
Oh, Chris said it was a couple years back, but again,
so was
if it was last year, if it was 2001,
that's the thing is, but
nasty.
But yeah, like that. But that's like my point. It's like, was it less nasty back then, and now it's actually nasty, or is it like? I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like the first time these niggas hear this, like why would you not cancel them the first time you hear this? Because I wasn't aware of this until this week. If I was a fan of this nigga, and like let's say like I'm watching the James show and James goes off saying shit like this, I'm like, nah, James is canceled.
Yeah. Like and that's how you know like a lot of people haven't been seeing this stuff till now, because like even the one of the situations was about Jada Pinkett's daughter and you know Jaden's sister. Like, and the way he tweeted was like he just saw it today. Wait, Chris, or whenever he.
Like I don't understand how like people let that slide for so long, and then like now they're acting surprised, like oh shit, oh, like nah, nigga, you were there.
It's weird, bro. Because like context is very important when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
but there's no context in which that's cool.
Nah.
Like the whole people talking about the Jimmy Kimmel blackface shit. I was just like, again, blackface is never cool. But with all of the context that we have, we can kind of just be like, all right, you're not that person anymore. You've grown past that. You see where that was wrong. And when you were doing it, you weren't doing anything so crazy where I can look at you and be like, yo, I'm never going to fuck with you again. It's kind of just like, you've learned, you've grown, you're doing good work now, and you're just not that guy. Cool.
That's what Howard
no coming back from the Shane Dawson shit.
Nah,
Not at all.
It's if you're gonna
listen, I don't think 6-year-olds are sexy anymore. Like, nah. No.
So let me ask you that, just like how you're saying the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, right? If we're talking about being fair, right? If we're talking about bringing up the past and all that stuff, I don't know if you said this because I just got kicked out the Zoom, but if you're gonna hold,
you got punted hard. They told you no hats in the club. You said nah.
Yo, word. I was like, yo, fam, but I don't even got to shape up. Just like how you said you got to hold Jimmy, or they want to hold Jimmy Kimmel accountable. What do we have to hold Eddie Murphy accountable for Raw?
Yeah.
The amount of F-bombs and all that stuff, right? It's different. Like they say, different rules for different fools, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go back in anybody's past and you dig up whatever, you can find something. And then you can find enough people to agree with you where it'll create some type of buzz and commotion. And it's like, again, you have to look at the full scope of things. Where what time period you said it in, what was going on in that time period, what you the actual offense, and what you've done to learn from it. People try to bring up like Mark Wahlberg's past and stuff like that from the 90s, and he was a wild boy.
No, the wild white boy.
Like just like, hey, I legally blinded a Vietnamese person or Asian person while screaming slurs at them, and I'm from Boston. Like, just being from
Boston alone
is a hate crime.
That's
like that alone, you already start off here. But it's like, yeah, I understood that. Like me, I wasn't old enough to recognize and process that when it happened. I was a baby. And then growing up, I saw all the stuff that he did, and I was like, oh, this shit is fucking cool. I like these movies and blah, blah, blah. And again, if we're going to hold these people accountable, we have to hold the people that are hiring him, directing him, cutting the checks for him, to him, all these things. Okay, like it no longer can just be that person. Because behind that person, there's a group of people that let that person cook. And it's not just the consumer. It is the person that gave him the opportunity in the first place.
Was just like, yo, he said this to me before and I don't like it. But like, you still cool with him. You still doing the show with him.
His co-host.
What? Jimmy Kimmel's on what?
You're laughing at him saying this right now. Like, what are you doing?
Jimmy Kimmel's on what? CBS?
Nah, ABC.
Then we got to cancel all of ABC. We got to cancel all of CBS.
ABC was supposed to be canceled a long time ago, though. So.
Right? Just off the strength of the Jim Crows in Dumbo, right?
Yes, yes.
Right off the strength of the Aristocats and all that stuff, right? But all
Chris
y'all
get hot about his animation.
all y'all left, right, middle, all these fucking wings and wingdings and all that stuff. You bring your babies to all these new like Marvel movies, though, right? And all these fucking Disney movies, though, right? You buy them the little baby doll that got the white face and the very light skinned and just a drop of melanin in Tiana, but then you make her a frog for 3/4 of the movie, right? You bring your babies.
Yo, they
to
love
all
doing that in animated movies with black people are the lead. It's like, yo, you're black for like 2% of the movie, and then you just turn into some other thing.
Brother Bear.
Like, what's the one coming out? I think with Eddie Murphy. He's like a jazz musician, but he turns into like a blue orb for the majority of the movie because like he loses.
That's
his soul.
Eddie Murphy.
What they got to do with jazz?
Wait, did I say Eddie Murphy? I thought I said Jamie Foxx.
Or Roy Woods. I thought it was Roy Woods.
I don't know who it is.
Wait, Roy Woods? OVO Roy Woods?
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
I don't think so.
The comedian Roy Woods.
Oh, okay. I know. I automatically knew who you were talking about now.
Yeah, some black man. That's like it's
my girl definitely brought that to my attention. Like, look, it's a black lead character, and then I dropped all of that, and she was just like, "Oh yeah." And I was just like, "I'm sorry to be that guy all the time, but like dating a black man, I just need you to be aware. Like, they're still fucking."
That's the same thing.
John Fu was born that guy.
Yo,
ruined the whole movie for her.
It's hard. It's hard,
no,
dog.
I don't want you. I know. I don't either.
Like, yeah. I just want somebody to understand my pain, man. Like, I was talking to my girl today. She was like saying how like one day she wants to go to the Nautical Mile in Freeport and get some food, because like you just want to sit there by the water and all that stuff.
She said one day like that's like going to like China.
Yeah,
he said it. I was thinking they were going on like a trip.
Yeah, me too.
I was waiting for Disney World. He said the Nautical Mile.
Nah, but then I was just saying, I was like, it depends on where you want to go. And she was like, why? Because I was like, a lot of these restaurants that's coming out, like, they just wild racist.
Yeah.
And then she was like, she was like, I just want to go. Like, I just want to go there. And I was like, I understand that. But then you also have to understand that, like, I'm not going to feel comfortable. It's not going to be the experience you want it to be. Like, we don't live in this bubble. We don't live in this world where, like, we can just go wherever we want, and I'm just gonna like sit there and smile and all that stuff, and then gonna bring me my food. Like, I don't know what you stand for, like, you piece of shit. Not her.
This nigga preaching right now.
Yeah, like, so it's like it just hits different.
This nigga
and I was like, yo, that's not me trying to keep you from having a good time. I'm trying to keep us from having a good time. That's them, man. They don't want me there. They don't want you there. Like, I'm not okay with just. I'm not okay with just sitting there smiling in their face like that. Like, I just don't want to be there. That energy is not. It just doesn't sit right with me, man.
The like, one time Marcy picks a place to eat.
One time she knew where she wanted to eat. She's like, "Come on, son."
The one time like, she wants to know where you want to go.
There's some pizzeria she wants to go to. It was like, yo, that whole neighborhood is just known for being racist. They don't fuck with us. They never have. Like,
LMBs?
That's just what I don't remember because I'm not going. But it's just like, I'm not trying to go there because they don't want us here. When I was in high school, there was a whole about how they murdered a dude.
Not going.
Like,
I don't know.
Gonna be caught out there, and that like I was in high school that long ago.
I know how it comes off to people like, oh, you just want to bring the mood down or like be pessimistic or just like stuff like that. And I'm like, dog, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just doing it for knowledge. I'm doing it for survival, dog. Like, I'm not.
And I think more than that, like, a lot of people, it's because people want to have fun. So they're kind of looking at it like, but it's one of those situations I feel like this kind of like what's going on in the current climate has been causing us all to relearn a lot of shit. Like, I've been relearning so much in the last like 2 months.
Yeah,
like
people want to have fun. I want to breathe.
There's so much things. There's literally so much things that I won't be doing anymore from this point on. Even though I should have been doing a long time ago, but I feel like since we've had this time to be home and with everything going on with the world kind of stopping, like, we've literally been able to like relearn a lot of shit. Like, I found myself watching so many different. I was watching the other day on YouTube. This is kind of off topic. I was watching on YouTube the interviews of the last living freed slaves from like interviews from like 1941, and these people were born in 1848, in 18 something, in 1850. And like, just like, I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, why haven't I watched this before? Or why hasn't it come up before? Like, that's the first time I was seeing. I never thought like, oh, let me listen to an interview from a freed slave. You know, like, but I found myself like, why they're like 30 minutes long a piece. I'm reading the transcripts also because there's like a site that had like the transcripts because it's audio from 1941.
It's old audio.
Yeah.
So, and the person that's speaking, the people at the time they're speaking, they're like 115 years old, 110 years old, 105 years old. Like, damn, Chris going again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, hold on, let me invite him again.
She got too real.
That's wild. That's fucked up.
No, she got too real for him.
It got too real.
Yeah.
But yeah.
With shit like that, you think you think because you've been taught to think like slavery happened so long ago. It didn't.
It didn't.
Like
It
there are
wasn't that
times
long
where I
ago.
talk to my grandfather, and he's just like, yeah, you know, like after school I'd go out and I'd pick cotton. I was just like, huh?
Said,
And it was
what?
just like, yeah, like you're not that far removed from that, where like picking
Nah.
cotton somewhere was still like a regular job that you could get, but just like your like great grandfather, I think in his case was a slave.
Was this? Yeah.
So by the time like he was doing it, it was just a job for black people
Yeah.
where they were paying us very little to continue to do it. And it's like, yeah, that shit wasn't that long ago
It was
Yeah.
not
where
that
people can still remember it.
like that was, I don't know, it's just like I said, I was just like relearning a lot of stuff, like listening to these accounts, like they really bring you to a different place, and just like reading what they're talking about when they're like, oh, yeah, we were sold like you would sell cattle and stuff like and animals and stuff, like people were bidded on, and it's like crazy. And he was talking about one of the gentlemen, I don't remember his name, but he was saying like his grandfather was owned by Thomas Jefferson, and like it just still sounds crazy to this day, like
And
somebody being owned,
presidents own black people. That's crazy.
or just anybody owning somebody, like
Owned
Yeah.
a shit ton.
crazy. And then he was also talking about, like, they were talking about like when they were freed, they said a lot of them had nowhere to go.
Mhm.
They were
Obviously,
freed.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing. After they abolished slavery, they just freed them and just said, all right, cool, figure it
All
out.
right, go ahead.
It's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when the Italians and the Polish and like Jews were coming over and they were given land to start their communities. That's how they set up white people
Yeah.
coming to this country. Us
Yeah.
being brought here against our will. They were just like, all right, figure it out.
Yeah.
It's free. Go do something.
It's crazy. And then when you look at the other side of the spectrum, when you fast forward from that time and then you go to apartheid, South Africa and all that,
Mhm.
and it's like white people are resistant and all this against black people in Africa. It's like it like I was watching this movie the other day from I think it came out in 2000. It was a Disney movie, The Color of Friendship. You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah. Yo, son, that shit
was
triggered
good.
me as a
I was
5-year-old.
mad triggered
As a
because I had it,
5-year-old.
and that was the first time. That was the first time I heard of it, and it was like, for people who haven't seen it. So basically, it's a movie about
It's the first time I learned that I was light skinned.
these. So it was basically these two girls that, like, one lived in Africa, in South Africa, one lived in I think DC, and they wanted to both do so one was 13 and one was 14. So this is about like 7th, 8th grade, and like they both separately wanted to do the foreign exchange program. Like the girl that lived in DC wanted to have a girl from overseas come, and so the girl from DC, her dad was a congressman. He was a black congressman, and she was excited. Like she was begging her dad, like, yo, I want a foreign exchange student from Africa. I want to like learn about African culture and all that. So they were mad excited about that. So the dad was finally like, all right. So the foreign exchange student is excited also. The foreign exchange student lands in America, gets to the airport. They're looking for her. It ends up being a white girl from South Africa. And they looked at her like,
What?
like, and the girl was like, yeah, I'm her. So the girl thought that the mom and the daughter were like the servants for the congressman, because she's expecting the congressman to be a white guy. So they go to the office because the dad is thinking like, so the dad is a congressman that's also fighting what's going on in South Africa. The girl from South Africa, her dad is a police officer in South Africa. So she was literally raised off of like being racist and, oh, black people are this and that. She walks into the black Congress office and she was like, nah, you guys are joking, right? She was like, where's the congressman? He was like, I'm the congressman. And then like she was like, oh, you guys are serious? Like, because they were all black. It was a room full of black men. So
Reality
but
check,
yeah, that was a really
Disney Channel, nigga.
it was a really that was a really good movie to watch now because like it kind of like showed how both of them were thinking certain things about each other, but it kind of showed that like the girl from South Africa, like it wasn't her fault that she was taught the things that she was taught because she was raised on these things. Like she was saying like the government bans certain type of literature, they can't see certain type of movies, all that, like, and she
It's early set on brainwashing.
yeah, and she literally like
Yeah.
was seeing these things in America, like how America operates, because she was surprised that like black people were allowed to move freely, like because she was saying in South Africa black people had to have a pass to move from one area to other, and then they were like, oh, why do they have to have a pass? She was like, oh, so they could keep track of them and they could stay out of trouble. And then they were like, do they like being tracked? And she was like, yeah, they love it, like, you know, stuff like that. So I don't know, it's like I feel like this has been a good time to really watch all these types of things and read all these type of things and watch these YouTube videos and watch, like, I don't know, it's so much things I'm watching that I haven't been watching before, and it's partially my fault because I wasn't looking for it.
You hear that, J. Cole? Watch The Color of Friendship. You ignorant bastard.
Don't treat me like a child either.
You not. Yeah, start there. Start with Disney Channel in '97.
Since you want to be treated like a child.
You non-reading motherfucker.
Yo, I was thinking, Disney was on some shit with that one. Disney was on some shit with that one.
They were.
They was trying to.
Old Disney had to be dead by then.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Old Disney had to be dead to be letting that.
Disney try to cover it up with the Maury family. They try to hit me with sister than smart guy. Like I'm not.
I'm on to you.
Y'all not low. And then it was like, hey, we also look at disenfranchised white people. You want to know how? Here's the luck of the Irish. And I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Bastards. I'm on you, Disney Channel. Pieces of shit.
But yeah.
Still got that Disney Plus though.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. A lot of things.
A lot of unlearning to do.
Yeah.
Mine, like with me, the way I grew up was just like, yo, I was the little like light skin in the bunch. So like I always caught like the little colors jokes and blah blah blah. And I know how colorism exists. I know how like light skin privilege exists and stuff like that. And it's not to say that I have never like benefited from it, but like in the circles in like the hood that I grew up with, I guess I'm assuming that I looked like the odd person out.
Yeah.
So I caught a lot of the butt of the jokes, and I caught a lot of the lashings because of this overall privilege that existed, where it's just like, hey, I come into the room and there's already like a bunch of like preconceived notions about me based off my light skinnedness. So they're going to beat my ass. And a lot of times that's how I became a target with most things. And that's why because a lot of people that have this mindset, and again, I don't blame them for having it because it's not their fault. It's a mindset that has been like taught to them and put onto them. And it's a mindset that a lot of people of my complexion, black people of my complexion, have used to their advantage to escape certain racism and bullshit and just like project more negative stereotypes and redirect the racism to people of a darker complexion. Like I understand that fully, 1,000% fully. And that's why I've tried my hardest not to like play the light skin, dark skin game or like,
oh yeah, I always thought like that game was black.
Yeah, like that, just like stuff like that, where it's just like I don't want to play a part of that because it just never led down to like a good road for me, or anyone in general. And where was I going with this? Where like, oh yeah, so like I would come into a room and they would just have like these preconceived like notions of me. It was like, oh, he thinks he's the shit. He thinks he acts like this. He acts like that. And there are those stereotypes that exist. And like I said, there are the people of the world that'll take advantage of it. And there are others that don't want anything to do with it. And like, that's me. I don't want anything to do with like any of that stuff. And sometimes just saying that, they're like, oh, you're crying out for help, or like saying like, I don't want any sympathy at all, like for that kind of stuff where it's just like, oh, the poor little light-skinned kid, blah blah blah, they're picking on him and da 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 da. I don't. That's not why I'm saying this like at all. Like I don't want it, because like I understand how the system and the privilege is set up, and I can't say that I'm equally targeted as like some of my friends and whatnot. How do you, or what do you do to go about to stop that, abolish that? Shit, I don't know. Yeah. Because it's one of those things why I think it's always where people say that it's like, oh, yo, black people need to get on the same page and all that stuff. That's a very, very, very fucking hard task, because you have so many, because like they say, the black experience isn't monolithic. So you have so many people of so many complexions coming from so many different places in the world, starting off at so many different points in life, financially, like geographically, and all these. Yeah, I figured it out. I fought through it. I was
about to help, but you got it.
I did it. That's on me. Yeah, who said I need books? Not J. Cole. Not Dreamville. I haven't
all of Dreamville under the bus.
God, I haven't dreamt nor been to a ville.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm joking.
This nigga was in the ville last week.
He was just by Brookville,
Queens Village.
Yeah, where? I'll make one right. I'll make one right. I'm on a ville. I'll get to work. Can't go nowhere without getting on the ville. Yeah, Brookville, exactly. But it's like, yeah, you have so many different people come from so many different backgrounds, and like so many different factions that have different experiences and different triggers, and all that. It's a longer, harder fight, I think, to get them on the same page, rather than refocusing on the system that put this stress and this burden on our shoulders. And then anyone who like culture or community and all the stuff that fights against that, I don't know, throw them in a sewer or something. I don't know, like punch in the face. Like I don't that's what I'm saying. Like
it's gonna
if you rather use colorism to your advantage rather than help like your overall people, you deserve to get punched in the face. Like that's where my activism starts and ends, I guess. I was like, I don't have the answers after what I just said. Like I just said what I just said. Like, yeah, I just said what I just said, and if like the other like another light skinned dude is just like, nah, son, I'm gonna just punch you in the face, because this is like, all right, I tried to like be as articulate as I can.
See, and this is why Chris doesn't protest.
This is why I can't, because it's just like, dog, like I'm just gonna deck you in the face, because now you're just being a dickhead. Like I don't know. Like I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. I know if I punch you in the face, I have a better chance of changing your mind. Then, yeah,
literally.
Then handing you this book,
or hit him with the book. Fuck it.
Two things can be true. Yeah, hit him with the shoulder.
Hit him with the knowledge.
It's gonna be tough to shake the whole dark skin, light skin thing, because when you
it's really not, son.
I mean, I hope they change it now. It's just like it's been so hard to shake off, because this thing's been placed into our minds from light skins was house niggas and dark skins was out in the field.
Yeah.
And then
but it's really as simple as, oh, I'm not feeding into this anymore.
Yeah, I hope everybody does that, because I always, even when I was younger in elementary school, high school, whatever, I always thought that shit was whack, like light skin versus dark skin. And I always used to tell people, I was like, yo, like whether you're dark skin, light skin, caramel, whatever, like when a white person sees you, they only see a black person. They don't see a light skinned person. They don't see a dark skinned person. They see like you're still black. So they're looking at you like, oh yeah, I'm talking about who's dark skinned, light skinned. Y'all both black. Like,
right. I will say the proof and the evidence against that does go back to Hollywood, where
that's true.
Yeah, where they will take the lighter skin, curly haired, biracial, all these and put them in these like black roles and be like, we hire black people. And it's like, you're really just, you're trying to find the person that resembles you the most.
Mm-hmm. Whoever perpetuates your beauty standards.
And that's where the disenfranchisement, I think that's the word that comes in and whatnot.
Like they're telling you like that
again.
That's Hollywood.
God damn
I think you frozen, right?
You frozen. We try to cover for you when it happens.
Damn.
Yeah.
We might be frozen for him now. I don't know how it works on his end.
Chris is stuck.
You about to get the jazz treatment again.
Yo,
man.
Chris.
No, Chris going, man.
Yo, you just gotta edit a yeet on wherever his video is.
Frozen
Every time it happens.
I was thinking about that.
We might have to kick him. Let me see. Can we kick him out and bring him back?
No, don't kick him out.
Oh, so he's gonna be sitting there like, yo, why you kick me, bro? Like, you weren't even here, son.
I was already down,
Chris. Man. Yo, Chris is.
Really speaking of kicking niggas when they down, if I ever get my ass whooped and a nigga puts a funny voiceover over it, you gotta go fight the nigga with the voiceover.
Oh no, I will.
Yeah, we got you.
Like, don't. And first off, don't let me get my ass whooped to the point where niggas can put funny voiceovers over it.
Oh no,
I mean, we might not be there.
Nah, if I'm there,
you might not be. You should be though.
If I'm there,
Lou, you got to take 20% of that ass whooping.
I got you, son. I'll take 20 and you take 80. I got you.
All right, so it's fair.
Don't worry, Marcell. I got you. I'm taking 40.
Thank you.
There you go.
Take half. Chris takes the other 20. So it's a well-rounded ass whooping. So
for y'all, yes,
a well-rounded ass whooping.
Yo, where is Chris, man? Yo, we
getting his ass whooped. Get that up.
The internet been kicking his ass all day. His fucking Wi-Fi been whooping him.
I keep. You know what it is? It's because like his house is so technically
you don't know how his house works technically.
Technologically advanced. We said, Luke?
I said you don't know how his house works technically.
Nah, technically it does, because his parents are both technologically advanced, so they got mad gizmos and contraptions, electronics, and
how you know?
So they got mad.
I've been to his house.
you know their parents' gizmo history?
Gizmos at his house.
Huh?
I ain't seen one gizmo at the wall house.
No, all right. Ask Chris when he gets back.
Any gizmos I want to find.
No gizmos.
A couple of doodads. This nigga walked right out the 60s with that doodad shit.
His dad's definitely a doodad.
Yo, Chris cannot get back on.
Damn. Yo, where can we find Chris?
Everywhere,
but here
is your Wi-Fi available.
Yo, what the? I'm gonna try to. It says it says his camera's on.
You can find him at Duck Jordan all over the internet. It's gonna take him 4 days to respond, but you know why?
It's a huge lag. Don't mind the lag.
Let me see. All right, let me see if I could.
We might have to name this episode The Gill.
The what?
The Gill.
The Gill? Let's see. Can we?
What was the one we had in the beginning?
I
don't remember.
Fuck. The Prolific. No.
That was a reach.
That was a reach.
We even say that word all episode.
The prominent.
The prominent.
It was something powerful.
The pomegranate.
The pomegranate. It's like that's the tethered pomegranate.
All right. Well, I guess Chris is dead.
Yeah.
This episode was coming to a close anyway.
Wrap up without me.
So nigga gonna read it instead of just let me do it.
Oh, sorry.
I'm already in the process.
Go so smooth with it too.
Nah, mine froze. Mine froze, so I couldn't hear y'all.
So everyone's internet's freezing. Where can they find you, James?
Wait, first before you find me,
Find Chris.
Find Chris.
Where
Where's
can they
Chris?
find Chris?
I don't know.
Even though we said that 7 times already.
You can find.
where can they? You can find him at
Chris
homebodymerch.com.
at the local. I was gonna say at the local Gap trying out some new Yeezy gear.
No, that's a
Hey.
fact. That's a fact.
Find them at the local Starbucks asking for Wi-Fi passwords.
Look how y'all got Chris.
Look how Chris got
Or
Chris.
everywhere else at Doug Jordan _. Yeah.
If you needed some form of design or life advice, you can hit him up there.
Definitely hit him up for life advice.
Definitely, for a fact.
Constantly.
Don't
And
do that.
Car insurance quotes also. He does those as well.
All right, James, what can they find?
You can find me at JUST_Jivimus. That's JVMES. The best way to spell Jivimus, even though you'll probably never spell Jivimus.
Ever. No one, not once.
Nobody knows what that is. So.
Not even
Lou,
you. You can find me at Lewis the Designer. It's LUIS, the best way to spell Lewis the Designer. It's everywhere. Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's never there.
it's just everywhere. Yeah.
Again, for the second week in a row, I got shit. No, nothing to announce. We here. This is the episode.
That shit happens. You can find me everywhere at Drum Food. That's DRUM_FU.
Man.
And
And this has been another installment of the Honorable Mention podcast. We'll holler at y'all niggas next
right.
week.
Shout out to our sponsors also. We're sponsored by nobody.
Chris's Wi-Fi.
Chris's Wi-Fi.
Chris's Wi-Fi. Password is glitch.
It's 69.
Nasty.
Oh.
Nasty.